Hey friends, welcome to part 2. So I want to tell you a truth. You all know that I bought this camera from Amazon. It's a fantastic Sony camera. I love it. But it wasn't the most expensive camera because I wasn't really taking this seriously doing these videos when I started out. I mean, watch the first video. You can see I wasn't drunk, but I looked drunk. I looked scared to death because I absolutely was. And I never realized this would turn out to be such a great thing. Never in my mind could I believe that I knew that this video channel would become as popular as it is. And you don't have to know how your goals are going to be achieved either. All you have to do, I came out here, started making these videos. I just kept going one after another. I couldn't see what I was going to talk about on day 3. But you know what? Day 3 came. I started talking. It's amazing. It was just like blah. And I just, I just started talking and here we are. So my battery just gave out. I don't know how long the battery is on this camera, but as I was talking about Peter Jennings, all of a sudden I look up, the battery's got a little hashtag through it, and then boom, we're gone. But where I left off was, I asked you if you remembered Peter Jennings, because I'll tell you what, he's so amazing. He was a top news anchorman for how long? I mean, we all remember Peter Jennings. I just think it's so impressive that he didn't have a college degree. In fact, he didn't even have a high school diploma, with no support from formal education beyond what he was able to achieve. He ended up being an industry icon. He wanted to be a reporter. He wanted to be on television. That's exactly what he became, and that's exactly what he did. It's a perfect example for you and I. You can become anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. You set the destination, you keep moving towards that destination, and I'm telling you what, you're going to get there. How many of you know who the Incredible Hulk is? When you think of the Incredible Hulk, who do you think of? Personally, because I'm a little bit older, I think of Lou Ferrigno. And Lou is a wonderful story of inspiration. His life was filled with tragedy, but he was able to overcome and become an icon. And I think anybody can do that. You know what? It doesn't matter where you are today, where you're coming from, what your current results are. None of that is indicative of where you can end up and who you can be. As a child, Lou developed an ear infection, and that would result in partial but permanent hearing loss. And his father was very abusive and critical and negative towards him due to his hearing disability. His father believed he would never achieve success. Yet, he did go on to be the youngest bodybuilder ever to win the Mr. Universe title at the age of 20. And Lou is quoted as saying, "If I hadn't lost my hearing, I wouldn't be where I am now. It forced me to maximize my potential. I had to be better than the average person to succeed because of my disability. That's why I chose bodybuilding. If I became a world champion, if I could win admiration from my peers, I could do anything." You know what? I think Lou Ferrigno, even if he didn't win admiration from his peers, still could have become as amazing as he did. It's really kind of interesting. When we look at people we use that have a handicap, and I hate that word, right? Because handicap, disability, but I'm telling you that handicapped people and disabled people are some of the most special people you'll ever meet in your life, because we have an opportunity to learn very important lessons that most people don't learn at a very young age. It turns us into individuals who have the capacity to think outside of the box and accomplish amazing things. We're people who know that quitting is the disability, quitting is the handicap. If you don't quit and you continue to move towards your goals and desires, they don't call you handicapped or disabled, they call you a success. I can't tell you how many people are told you'll never walk again, you'll never do this again. They'll say it can't be done, and then time and time again, humans will change the narrative, and they'll get up and walk. They'll do things they were told medically were impossible for them as an individual. They will overcome and achieve above and beyond anything. How many people get sick with some sort of a disease and they overcome that and they do it, and the medical establishment is in awe. Well, we didn't know that was possible. We didn't think that was possible. Hell, they told me at the age of 16 I wouldn't live past the age of 30. Hey, I'm 47. How you like that? And I'm successful. So there you go. Take that. You can do it too. That's the attitude we got to have. We got to get that attitude where it doesn't matter what people say to us. It doesn't matter where we are today. What we think is possible is irrelevant to the circumstance that we've set a goal. We're walking down the path towards that goal. And if you continue to do that over and over and over again, you're going to achieve, and you're going to have incredible and amazing things in your life. You know, just like Stephen Hawking, look at this guy. He had a disability, an incredible disability. In fact, if you think of Stephen Hawking right now, what do you think about? You think about a man sitting in a wheelchair with a computer voice because the computer had to speak on his behalf. But you know, so he had a disability, but here's the deal. He's well known for his groundbreaking ideas on the laws that govern the universe. The guy was he was mad intelligent, right? He had a level of intelligence. If you sat down and talked with him, the conversation starts here, then he's here, and we're like, oh my goodness, how it must be nice living up there in this world of intelligence. The guy was incredible. He was diagnosed with a motor neuron disease when he was 21 years old. He never let this disease stop him from following his passion and achieving his life of happiness. You look at him, and maybe emotion was maybe it was difficult to observe with Stephen Hawking because of his disability. But if you were to ask him, he lived a very happy life where he accomplished his goals and his dreams of being a physicist. And if you ever read Living with ALS, you'll see why. It's an article out there, and it's about Stephen Hawking. And it's just amazing to see this man accomplish so much when others believed it wasn't possible. He did. He believed it was possible. And I'm telling you right now, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. All that matters is that you believe, you have the goal, you have the faith. That is all you need to achieve. We don't need to know what the plan is and how the universe is going to bring this person into our life and that person and, where the money is going to come from. I guarantee you, when the time comes, if you're walking down the path, everything you need to accomplish your goal will make itself readily apparent to you time and time again. You just have to be open to accepting that things are going to be coming your way. Be looking for those things because you believe your goal is going to happen. So if you want to start a business, go out and start looking for locations to open the business. Write down on a piece of paper a description of what that business is going to look like. After you go to the destination, design it out. Write it down in words. Explain on paper exactly what that business is going to look like, how you're going to change that location to be beneficial for you so that you can have success. And then I want you to watch things just start happening. And they do, and it's so amazing. And I tell you what, step after step after step. And when it rains, it pours, and you could change your life on a dime. And I tell you what, I watch it happen all the time, and it just amazes me how everybody doesn't know this is possible, that there's this incredible world out there that's just waiting to help you achieve all your goals, dreams, and desires. You just have to start walking in that direction towards that specific stake that you put in the sand. I tell you what, you'll get there, and when you get there, you'll have what it is you wanted. They call it manifestation, they call it a lot of things. I'm just telling you, there's a magic in the world that's just waiting to help you. Just observe the magic, set the goal, start walking in that direction, and I tell you what, you will inevitably get there. And there was a gentleman by the name of George Orwell, and he's most well known for some books that I read when I was growing up. Animal Farm and, of course, the notorious conspiracy book, 1984, right? So much has come out of those books. Those works are amazing literary works of art, right? Animal Farm was rejected by a number of publishers, including one who told him that it was impossible to sell animal stories in the United States. Can you believe that? By 1996, Animal Farm had sold 20 million, that's million with an M, 20 million copies, and has been translated into over 60 different languages. It's a worldwide sensation. They said it couldn't happen. The guy just went out and did it. Look what happened. The same thing you can do. Your dream, your goal, or your desire, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you. You just need to get up off your butt, get walking in that direction, start working towards that goal, and I'm telling you what, the definition of that goal will begin building upon itself, and you, my friend, are going to have what it is you want in your life. It happens that way every single time for everybody. Just believe, go out there and achieve. It's amazing. You don't have to be special. You don't have to have a bunch of money. You don't have to have, in America we think, hey, it takes money to make money, and you've got to have a bunch of money if you want to make money, and you've got to invest, and you also have to know the right people. Do you know how many people I know who have come here from other countries? They didn't know anybody, didn't have any money, but you know what they did? They started a business. And as a result of starting one business, some of them own multiple businesses and are millionaires. But they came here with nothing. Everything you've been told about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to achieve, what it takes to start a business, it's really just kind of a bunch of crap. It's none of that's true. When you get out there and actually get working towards a goal and building a business and doing the things that you need to do to be successful and to achieve your goal, you're going to look at all the articles you've read and all the other crap, and you're going to be like, what were they even talking about? It's nothing like that. I've seen people who are contrary to everything that I was taught in college about entrepreneurship and starting a business achieve incredible, amazing things by doing the exact opposite that I believed was true. And you know what? They all have the same trend. And that trend is they all came up against adversity. And, sometimes even just getting started is the only adversity you're ever going to see. Sometimes things will happen for you so damn easy. You're like, why didn't I just do this before? I mean, when it rains, it pours. I'm telling you, when the money comes hand over fist. I mean, when money starts coming into your life, it's fast and furious. And you're going to wonder where the hell was all this money during the lean times. And then you're going to look back and you're going to say, nothing's changed in the world. The reason I have money now is because I changed. I went out there and started making things happen for myself. Money can't talk, but money can hear. And if you call it, I'm telling you what, it'll start coming. It'll come into your life. How do you call money? You start businesses, you provide services, you do things that people are willing to offer money for, and hand over fist, the money will start coming to you. Your life will change on a dime. It's amazing. It can happen to you. I believe it. I know it's true. I believe in you. And that's why I come back here every damn day, because I want you to know that you can be successful. You can have amazing things in your life. You're the only thing that's getting in your way. This right here. Put new information. Change this. Stop doing the same darn thing every single day expecting different results. It's the definition of insanity, and I'm telling you what, it doesn't work. You want to change your life, you gotta change your life. How do you do that? You do that by doing different things. If every Wednesday you go to the grocery store and you always do the same agenda every Wednesday, do something different next Wednesday. Don't go to the grocery store or go to a different grocery store, but do something different. If you normally go out to eat every day, stop going out to eat every day. Bring your lunch. Bring your food. Make little changes, because I'm telling you right now, everything you have in your life, all the results you have in your life right now are 100% a result of the actions you are taking on a daily basis. You want different results? Do different things. When people say negative things to you, do you normally just get down and just take it personally and walk away from the conversation feeling defeated? Well, quit doing that crap. Next time somebody says something negative to you, just say to yourself in your head, You might think that way, but I don't think that way. I think I'm amazing. Just start changing the narrative in your mind. It's a simple change you can make right now, but we all do it. We all listen to the crap that other people say. We listen to the news media. We listen to other people. It's negative, 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 and you know what? It affects us. It impacts us. But you can change that narrative. And if that's the only thing you do over the next 7 days is change your narrative, you're going to start changing your life. And you're going to see changes start happening. And it's just going to steamroll. Because once you see that that works, you're going to try something else I'm recommending. And then you're going to try something else. And you're going to find out that I'm not just here talking because I want to be here and talk. I'm here to give you good information and good advice so you can change your life, have better things, achieve your goals. Because you know what? I care about you and I believe in you and you can't change that in any way. I'm going to come back here tomorrow and I'm going to have some good information. We're going to talk about that and we're going to keep working towards this dream that I have. I have a dream that I want to see you achieve your goals. I want to see you have the things you want to have in your life. And I'm telling you what, you can do it, but you have to do it. Nobody can change you but you. People, they push back when you try to change them. But if you can get somebody to try to change themselves, hey, it's no problem at all. You just need to decide, I'm open to this. I'm willing to make some changes. Just start by changing the narrative here. The outputs you'll get from your body and in your life will automatically change because you're doing something different. You can't continue to get the same results if you change your life and start doing different things. You can't. If you're losing right now or you're in financial distress, if you start doing different things like saving money, maybe you take on some extra work, maybe you start a side hustle. But if you do different things and you're working towards the goal of financial freedom, you will get there, but you have to take action. So many times I hear people talk about, oh, I'm going to manifest this. And I believe manifestation works. And I believe intention works. And if you write out your goals, there's magic in the written word. I say it all the time. That's why they call it spelling, because there's magic in the written word. And I will do some videos on manifestation in the coming days. I've been thinking about manifestation quite a bit, and I understand it quite well. I had an amazing mentor who was Bob Proctor. He taught me the truth about manifestation. He tried to teach everybody the truth about manifestation through his phenomenal movie, The Secret. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But one thing the point I want to get across here is if you want to change your life, you got to change your life. You will automatically get different results by doing different things in your life. Switch it up a little bit. You don't believe me? Try it. I guarantee it'll work. You're going to be happy. It'll change everything. You can change your life on a dime. I've seen it happen time and time again. Those people weren't anything more special than anybody else. You know what? The only thing they had is they had a goal and they had a willingness to never quit. That's the theme here. We don't quit ever, ever, ever. And I say that quite a bit, but I truly, truly mean it. Quitting is why people fail for the most part when they attempt to achieve goals, dreams, and desires in their life. They come up against a little adversity, and what do? Well, I'm not going to do that today. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Well, tomorrow never comes. You know what? Get up off your ass right now if you just had a failure and jump right back into the game. You know, as your mom used to tell you when you were a little kid, walk it off. You dang right. Walk it off. You get up. You fall down. You scrape your knee. You know what? It's a boo-boo. Put a little Bactine on it and get walking and get moving. Because I tell you what, that's how you stay in the game. That's how you keep moving forward. You know, I look at all these people that have had all this amazing success. Do you know who Salvador Dali is? I love his artwork. He was a Spanish surrealist painter. He was expelled from art school, yet still went on to become one of the most famous painters in history. Could you imagine if Salvador Dali or some other classical artist walked into your art school and you just said, hey, you're out of here, you're not good enough? That's incredible, but it's somebody else's opinion. You know what other people's opinion mean? Did that very little, absolutely very little. What matters is your opinion. How do you turn it around when somebody tells you no? That's what's important. Somebody says, hey, you can't do it. You say, you know what, I can do it. And if you don't like it, Watch me. I do it all the time. I watch other people do it. We have incredible success in our lives. You can join us. You can have incredible success in your life. You do it by starting to make some little tiny changes. Don't do the same thing on Monday that you did last Monday. Do something different. If you normally go to the bar on the weekend, stay home and watch movies. Do something different. Every result you have in your life right now is in direct relation to the actions you are taking. Take different actions if you want different results, right? Seems to make sense. Makes sense to me. Hey, you ever hear of Julia Childs? She was a famous chef. Growing up and up to her 40s, Julia felt lost. She felt like she couldn't find her purpose in She felt like she couldn't find her purpose in life. It was only in her 40s that she learned how to cook and went on there to host her own cooking show and write the classic cookbook, Mastering French Cooking. She basically reinvented herself at the age of 50, which just shows you are never too old to find your passion. I've had several people reach out to me and they say, it's late in my life. I wanted to be able to offer more to my children. It's heartfelt. I understand it's very serious. Sometimes I've woke up in the middle of the night thinking, what am I leaving my family? If I wasn't here tomorrow, my goodness, would they be able to just carry on? And what do I want to leave them as a what's the word I'm looking for? You ever have that happen? See, I'm not perfect either, right? But what do I want to leave them as a legacy? And I think about that quite a bit. But I want you to know that, look at Colonel Sanders, look at Julia Childs. It doesn't matter how old you are. Age is a number. I've heard many people say to me, they write me messages. I know people who are, well, if I was a little bit younger, I'd jump into that industry, but that's a young man's game. You know what? There's no age bracket. There's no age group. There's no age requirement. You don't have to be this old. You have to be 21 to buy alcohol. You don't have to be a certain age to take on a certain job or to open a business or to have success in your life. It doesn't matter what age you are, where you live, where you are in your life, or what's happened to you up to this point in time. You can still have anything you want in your life. How you want to be 50 and say, hey, I'm too old to start a business? With medical science, we're living to be older and older and older. How would you like to be 50, say, hey, I'm not going to do that, then live another 30 years and be 80 and say, boy, I wish when I was 50 I would have opened that business. I've had a lot of time to do so. And I'm telling you what, that's 100% the case. Hell, they told me I wasn't going to live to be past the age of 30. You'd think from 16 to 30 I wouldn't have gone to college, because what the hell did it matter? I was going to be dead anyway, right? Why would I start a business? I wouldn't want to do that. I'm going to die anyway. I'll be dead by the age of 30. I mean, why would I want to get married? I have kids. Why would I do all that? I'm going to be dead. I had absolutely no reason to want to do anything but lay in bed and feel sorry for myself, because you know what? The best doctors in the country told me the damage to my body, the damage to my brain was so extensive. If I lived to be 30, it would be a miracle. You know what? I'm 47 years old. I have incredible success in my life. I'm not slowing down. I'm speeding up, and I'm never going to quit. And I don't give a damn what people say or what boundaries they put around me. Oh, Doug's handicapped, he'd never be able to do that, or whatever it might be. I don't care, and neither should you. You should just keep moving towards your goals, your dreams, and your desires, and make them happen, and live your life like it's impossible to fail. Because you know what? It is 100% impossible to fail if you set goals in your life and are constantly working to achieve them. You will have your dreams and desires. It will happen. I guarantee it. 100%. But don't let age or other people's opinion dictate where you'd be. I can't even imagine what my life would be like today if I waited until the age of 30 to find out if I was still going to be alive. And then, what do? I'm 30 years old in one day. Hey, yesterday I turned 30. Well, guess what? I didn't die, so now I should get going and get working on things. Could you imagine? I would have wasted 14 years. 14 years of my life would have went down the toilet. And who knows what I would have been doing to myself during that time, because I tell you what, I was already 16 years old. I had had a stroke, double arterial bypass surgery. I picked up smoking as a habit. Can you believe that? I smoked cigarettes, and which isn't, I enjoyed it, and I actually still love it, but I don't do it anymore. I've been smoke-free now for 15 years, and I'm proud of that fact. But I smoked cigarettes. None of those doctors, none of those medical professionals, they didn't believe I was going to live. So I thought I think what they wanted was for me to just do what I wanted to do to live whatever life I had left, right? And could you believe that? Somebody who had double arterial bypass surgery had a stroke, and you have a young 16-year-old patient come into your office. It's almost like malpractice, right? But these guys weren't going to tell me what I was going to do. I was strong-headed. I was 16 years old. You know what the funny thing is due to the brain damage I have, I'm never going to mentally be above the level of a 16-year-old mentally. I can garner all the knowledge and all the experience that I have over the years and now have as a 47-year-old man. But due to my brain damage, one of the disabilities I have, or maybe one of the gifts that I have, is that I will never have a greater mentality than that of a 16-year-old boy. The progression of my mind sort of stopped at that point in time from a maturity standpoint. But I mean, I still have all the knowledge and information that I've garnered with all the business success that I've had. Now I'm a 47-year-old man. But I tell you what, I'm a hell of a lot of fun because I'm young at heart, and that's never going to change. And I'm glad that I'm just going to be 16 forever. Why not? What an incredible gift. You know, again, it's something that it's how you look at things in life. You know, either you can look at it negatively, like, hey, I have this mental disability. I'm only going to have the mentality of a 16-year-old the rest of my life. How will I relate to others? How will I get by in business? How will others react to me as a result of the way that I think? Because I independently think much differently than other people. If you haven't noticed, watch all my videos. I believe in success. I believe it can happen. I've watched it happen. It's happened in my life. And I believe in people. I believe in the magic of people. There's an incredible magic that's hidden within all of us. And it's amazing. If you can help others just self-identify with just a little bit of that power that they have within themselves, there's a light that goes on in their eyes. And it's just amazing when people realize that success is a reality and it's something they can achieve no matter what they've been told or where they come from. They can be anything, do anything, and have anything, and all it takes is just a little bit of initiative. You got to get up and start walking in the direction of that goal you set. And I tell you what, you watch my first 30 days of videos and I walk you through day 1 all the way through day 30 on how to set goals and how to achieve your dreams and desires. It's just a bunch of different steps you can take, recommendations for activities you can engage in that will help you to achieve success. I know right now I'm kind of talking at a high level. I've got all these amazing people that I look up to and I think are amazing and have had incredible success, even though they've had some adversity in their lives. I eat this stuff up like sugar. I'm telling you what, it's amazing. It invigorates me because all I need to do is just be able to see that somebody else did it. And then I know for a fact that if another human being can do something, I can do it as well. You know what? I may not be able to run the 100-yard dash in 5 seconds like the fastest man in the world or however fast he can run it, but you know what? I can still go out on the track. I can get down into a stance and you blow that starting horn and I can get moving to the finish line and I will eventually get there. And you know what? Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. We're all human beings. We all have the same inherent capacity to do the same things. Now, maybe I'll never be a professional football player, but I can garner all the understanding that's necessary to be a coach or to be involved with the professional football team in a way that I provide value. I guarantee you I could do that. I don't need to be a player on the field, but I can still be in the game. I can be a part of the game, and I can be a success in a way that's appropriate for me and my personal ability. But the one thing I'm not going to do is listen to somebody look at the big picture and say, I don't know why you want to get involved with NFL football, Doug, because you know what? You're handicapped and you can't play football, so why would you want to do that? Well, you know what? Because I'm sure there's probably some sort of a value add that I could provide there that would eventually make me a success at that. Now, I'm just using NFL football as an example. It's in my head right now because we're getting close to the season here and things get moving. I got to tell you something that Kristen and I do on the weekends. On Saturday, we watch college football in bed together. We just hang out and have a good time. We have different teams we like to watch. Honestly, we just look for good games and we watch those. And then on Sundays and Thursdays, we'll watch a little pro football if we have the time. But it's just something that we do as a couple. It's a date, I guess, that we have. During football season, we have a Saturday date to watch college football. We enjoy it. Sometimes we'll even get a nap in, right? It's amazing how when you're laying in bed, a nap happens. But I look forward to those days and those times with her. And I'm telling you what, that's the world that I've created for myself. And anything else I want in my life, I can go out there and create that for myself too. The type of relationship I want to have with my spouse and the time that I spend with her, completely up to me. You know what? The dreams and goals and desires that we develop together, that we achieve, completely up to us. Same for you, with you and your spouse, or you and your loved one, or anything you want in your life. You can absolutely have it. You just got to set the goal, set the destination, walk towards that destination. You're going to have incredible success. I want to take a drink here. I got a couple of really good things I want to share with you. Honestly, today I don't ever feel like shutting up. I'm just going to leave the camera on and I'm just going to keep talking. I tell you what, this video is going to be however long it is, and that's the deal. Because I'm here and I care about you, and when I'm pumped up and I'm motivated, I want to share that energy with you because I want to see you succeed, and I hope that you're getting some inspiration from the things that I'm saying. Let's keep moving. Hey, remember Charles Dickens? I want to tell you what, some of the greatest memories I have in my life are going to Omaha, Nebraska, to the Omaha Community Playhouse, excuse me, and seeing the play, A Christmas Carol. There was a gentleman that played Scrooge, and his name was Dick Boyd. Dick is actually passed on now, and he no longer plays the role of Ebenezer Scrooge at the Omaha Community Playhouse's rendition of A Christmas Carol. But I want to tell you, it's nationally renowned. And if you ever have an opportunity to go to Omaha during the holiday season, buy tickets to go see A Christmas Carol at the Omaha Community Playhouse, because it is phenomenal. It's beyond phenomenal. I've taken my family there. We try to go every year if we can get tickets. Last couple of years with COVID, we actually didn't get to go. They just had Omaha had some very interesting rules and a lot of political things going on. We stayed home and we actually watched it on video. And I enjoyed that. But if you ever get a chance to see that, it's a recommendation. It's a life experience. It's one of the best renditions of A Christmas Carol that you could ever see. And you know, Charles Dickens' most famous story, A Christmas Carol, was almost never written. Can you believe that? I have all these incredible memories of my childhood. My mom would actually take me and my sister and my brother, all of us, to see A Christmas Carol at the Omaha Community Playhouse, and that's why I know about it and why I take my family now and I'm recommending it to you. But it appears that Charles Dickens was facing bankruptcy and considered quitting writing forever. And instead, in 6 weeks, he wrote A Christmas Carol, and it was initially rejected by his publisher. Instead of accepting that, he decided to finance the publication himself, even though at the time he was not in good financial shape. It is now known as one of those books that changed history, right? I mean, it's something we all know, A Christmas Carol. Everybody knows that story. But, you know, it's not only a book that changed history, it's a book that changed how we celebrate Christmas. It absolutely did. You may not think of it that way, but previously, Christmas wasn't really the big deal that it is today. It was more like Memorial Day as far as holidays go. Imagine no Ebenezer Scrooge. Imagine no Christmas the way Christmas is celebrated today. One man changed that for us all. One man with a dream who was initially told, it's not good, don't do this, and it changed the world. I mean, Christmas is the biggest holiday in America, right? For sure. It's a worldwide holiday, but the way that we celebrate it now was totally changed by one man who was in financial destitute, who had a dream, and he went out and said, you know what? This isn't the world I want. I'm going to go out and create the world I want. I'll publish this book all by myself. I don't need you or your opinions. I will just go out and do it myself. He did it. You know what? He changed an entire holiday. He changed the trajectory of holidays forever, and we'll never forget him. Nobody will ever forget Charles Dickens, right? And it's just absolutely true. These are some of the amazing people that I look up to in my life. I just wanted to share the story of some of these individuals, and I hope it's inspired you. Hey, I'm sorry I got so pumped up today. I tell you what, I just get so excited about these inspirational stories because it ignites a fire within me to realize that there are so many people out there who have been in a similar circumstance as me, have been in a place where others were telling them they couldn't do something, and no matter how hard they worked, inevitably they were able to achieve that goal regardless of the adversity that they faced. It just shows me it's a part of our human circumstance, right? Adversity is just part of being a human. You know what? And I tell you what, you show me somebody how they face adversity, and I'll tell you who they are truly as an individual. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. What is adversity revealing about you as an individual? Do you like what it's revealing about you? Well, you know what? If you don't, you can change that. You can change it right now. You change the narrative here. You remember these inspirational stories to keep you moving forward, and you have the successful day that you deserve to have because you create it for yourself. Friends, I believe in you. I care about you, and I know there isn't a dream or a goal you can set that you don't have the ability to achieve. It doesn't matter what it is. You might say, well, my goal is to be a billionaire. You know what? If you spend your life working on creating a billion-dollar wealth structure for yourself, even if you don't get there, the 200 or 300 million that you do generate for yourself will be very nice. Okay, so even though we don't always achieve the big, people say, start small, set small goals. That's a bunch of crap, because if they weren't shooting for the moon when they started building rockets, I'm telling you what, they'd never get there. I tell you what, make your goals and your dreams as big as you want them to be so you can have the life you deserve to have. It's 100% the truth. Don't start small, start big. Why not? Just go for it. And if you're always working towards achieving that big goal, you're going to have all the good things that come into your life as a result of working towards something positive in your life. It can only change things for the better for you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. And you know what? I just want you to know something. I come back every single day because I care about you. And I want to see you achieve your goals and your dreams, okay? And with that being said, I know this is a two-part thing. I'm sorry for the way the last video got cut off. I don't have a professional team or a big block of professional equipment here. You probably noticed I don't have the big microphone hanging down or the backdrop or anything like that, because I'm not here for that crap, and I don't want that to overshadow the purpose of what we're doing here. I'm just a guy. I'm sitting in the corner of one of my bedrooms. I got some amazing things behind me here on a shelf. It's just a part of how this bedroom is set up. My wife is sitting here on the bed, and I have a little table and my camera, and I'm just sitting here talking to you. And that's all I got. And I also have a big heart, and my heart cares about you. And I just want to share some really good stuff with you so you can have a better life. and you can achieve some amazing things. Hey, write down in the comments if you have any other suggestions. Really appreciate seeing your feedback. Thank you for staying. Excuse me. Obviously, I'm going to need to drink some water. I've been talking so much, frothing at the mouth, as you say. But you know what? I'm going to be back tomorrow with some really great stuff. I will talk about manifestation in the next few days and some incredible ways to manifest amazing things in your life. But I want you to do one thing as we're going through all of this. Remember, the key to success is personal action. Manifestation's great. I think praying is great. Anything you could do mentally to give yourself an edge to work towards goals and desires. But, I've always heard in my life, God helps those who help themselves. And what that basically says to me is that there's an amazing magic that's in the universe that wants to see me be successful. But what it requires of me is to take some personal action in order to realize that success, okay? So you can listen to me and make all these recommendations, but unless you're taking some actual action in your life to better things and you're making some changes to get some different results, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. If you're working toward positive goals in your life, you're probably going to see some positive things come into your life, and there will be some changes as a result of that. But again, at that point, you started to take a little bit of action, you'll probably start to see a little bit of benefit. And the more action you take, the more benefit you'll see. We are totally going to get there together, I promise you. Day by day, I'll come back if you come back, okay? And we'll keep working on your goals. You're going to get there. You're going to be an incredible success. Everything you ever wanted, all your goals and dreams and desires are going to come true. And it's going to be as a result of you doing the right things to make that magic work in the best way it can in your life. I'll be back tomorrow, friends. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for sticking around. Talk to you later.